All right, guys. It's the first time for everything, right? We bring a bunch of crap and we can't get everything in there. But the first thing that we're gonna do is every time that we go live at a live event, we're gonna sign that helmet. So if we have a guest, we'll have that guest sign it. All right, pass that over here. All right. My autograph is worth some cash. Not really. Here you go, guys. Sign that baby. Isaac's gonna have to sign it. He's not in the yeah, wherever you want. I figured you were going down red or something, man. It's like Red Dead. Now your autograph makes my autograph look like I had strokes. Dude, that's ridiculous, man. Oh, hey, I want to welcome everybody. I do want to give a congratulations to Coach Bill Huseman. He was my old baseball coach, and he's coaching the Moravia Mohawks, and congratulations to the Moravia Mohawks. The 8 seed, Cinderella still alive. Because I can't, because never mind. All right, so okay. So Ben wants sort of stuff. Talking to DogPoundU. Which is Madison Bloodhound football. We don't have a defensive, on vacation day. I've been. So we had a technical difficulty.
Isaac.
Huh?
Blaming Isaac.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to guess that it's 5G, right?
Sure.
So, Coach Fry, obviously a mastermind when we look at offensive scheming, and I don't say that just to kiss your butt, or that you're my buddy, but I say this because I've seen what you can do. And I know that you're going to run the flex bone, and we're going to run triple option.
Yeah, mastermind is incorrect, but no, we went and we played some 7-on-7s this summer and had a lot of success doing that. Guys coming in and learning from me and putting their trust in me to kind of put together something. I've been extremely impressed with their overall football knowledge, their adaptability, their willingness to try new things, all that kind of stuff. So it's been huge, and I told all the guys at the end of the 7-on-7 season, like, they have not made my job easy when it comes down to like finding guys that are going to play certain spots. We've got depth, we've got a little bit of everything, and so it's actually really fun going into this, I guess, dead week, then into camp with a clean slate still.
Why do you got to say dead?
Well, I mean, we can't talk.
I'm just messing with it.
We can't do any football drills. It's kind of a dead time for us. It kind of sucks.
Yeah. But I'm sure that are you going on vacation next week? You're not going on vacation?
No, going homecoming dress shopping.
Okay.
For you?
Yeah.
Yes. I do. I mean, is when we're looking at your what do you call it, homecoming dressing, whatever, how do you pronunciate Des Moines?
Des Moines.
Okay, you don't say Des Moines?
No.
Okay, how do you pronunciate Keokuk?
Keokuk.
People, some of them say Kilkuk.
Yeah.
I've
heard a lot of different pronunciations of Keokuk.
Yeah, I'm for whatever reason they didn't want to come on the dog the doghouse tour. So anyway, we're gonna skip right past that. Did get some video. No, never mind. I won't go there tonight. It's a lot of fun. Coach, I've looked at, spotlighted obviously our dudes, and you like you said, it's wide open.
Yeah. There's really not a guaranteed spot anywhere right now. Not because nobody's doing anything exceptionally well, but because we have so many guys just competing every single day. And that's the beauty of it. None of them are just, showing up and putting in the basics. Like, they're all coming and they're grinding and getting better every single day, asking really good questions and developing. So it's been great all summer.
Mama Doherty says hello. Okay. All right. Tim Hill's watching. I get a lot of video of Tim Hill, and he hates it, but
his kid Bray does a fantastic interview.
Oh, yes. Yes. Hey, in all seriousness, I got to give a shout out to that young man, Bray. For a freshman, seeing what he's doing against a pretty solid secondary coach, that's that kid's going places, and that's exciting.
Future's bright for Bray. Very bright.
And I'm gonna get I asked him, I think it was when you had defense the other night, right? So I asked him, I said, you can come in and interview anytime you want.
Yeah, he's a man of few words.
but he does know the freaking offensive playbook. Man.
He speaks English.
Yeah.
Just not very often.
Yeah.
No, he is very cerebral. I mean, not just in football, but I mean, that kid is a whiz in sports, but he's a multiple sport athlete. He competes hard in everything that he does. So,
I let the cat out of the bag earlier. Cal Hennings, talk about him, Coach, and seeing him. Obviously, I also know the kid and the young man, and seeing how he's blossoming now into a really great young man. But talk about his story.
Yeah, just anybody that knows Cal is a fan of Cal, because he is obviously a good football player, but he has developed into a great young man. He's very committed to the process. He's community minded. He's people first. He's a great teammate. He's just everything that you want. I told him one time, we were kind of having a conversation, and I said, man, I would be proud to call you my son. And he got pretty emotional about it, but I was serious. You ask, hey, we need to do this. He's the first one to volunteer. There's no job too big, no job too little. He set his mind on wanting to be a college football player, and he's worked his tail off. And man, he got a great offer, and he felt like he was at home when he went to Morningside. And he's taken other visits too, but he felt at home. And Morningside got a dog.
Yeah. Hey, my wife is watching probably for the first time ever. So I love you, honey. I appreciate you watching.
Brownie point.
Yes. But that kid is going to a very quality program in Morningside.
Yeah. Legit. And he knows he's got his work cut out for him, and I'm sure he's glad to kind of get all that off of his back and just focus on his senior season. And but again, a kid that the future is bright. I mean, if anybody can get it done, it'll be Cal. He's been the underdog his entire life, and he just bites down and fights. And how can you not love a kid like that?
Absolutely. Now, there are other young men that are in the collegiate ranks right now, and I've seen them come back, and I'm like, I thought they were strong and big in your program, but these guys are coming back beasts.
Yeah, Henry Morris has been in there lifting, playing at Wartburg, and man, it was funny because we've got a kid that's kind of our top lifter right now, Liam Pryor. He's done a great job.
He's a dog.
He looks phenomenal, and he said, man, I thought maybe I'd finally caught Henry, but here he is. He's huge. And, well, that's what college will do, right? He's been in a legit college program for a couple of years, and he's a monster. Teague Smith, obviously playing at Oshkosh. Get to see him every so often. He's kind of the same way. Every time he comes back, those T-shirts are fitting a little bit tighter in a really good way. Not like me. I do have to throw out Jocelyn, who is a
She has supported Dog Pound Radio and the Coach Show for a long time, but that's Cal's mom. It says if Cal didn't have the coaches that he did, I'm not sure where he would be. He's friends have also been an encouragement and pushed him to excel as well. I do got to throw out that Akil Wilkerson.
Yep.
You know.
Well, we've got another kid, old kicker boy.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
he's good.
Yeah. Henry Graham. He's doing a great job. He's been working with a couple of our kickers just on his own, taking them under his wing, and him and Coach Wellman have been working with them a little bit. And Henry's gonna have a really good future at Simpson.
Yeah.
And Coach Wellman coming in from the soccer leagues to to help out.
He's gonna have to get used to calling it a field and not a pitch. But
Yeah. I'm not sure whether he's going to say, is it football or football?
It goes over the upright. Not
you know what?
Yeah.
When I called him and said, hey, let's sit down and talk, and I presented that, you should have seen the look that he gave me.
Yeah.
Just if you know Kevin, you can assume the look that he gave me. But I was dead serious when I told him I think he would be a huge addition to our staff, and we're very, very thankful to get him.
Absolutely. And you do have a few of our dudes that in the coaching staff that are moving into different positions or whatever. You want to talk about your staff?
Yeah. Well, first of all, the staff that's moving on, truthfully, thank you for everything that you're doing. I think that this is a great move for you. I think this is what you were born to do. And then you put together an all-star cast, man. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a huge Coach Smith fan, and he's a guy that I absolutely love, and pulling him back in. He's still coaching junior high football for us, which is awesome. But, he gets to be with you in the booth, which I think is fantastic. You brought back Mike Ehlers into the gig. Mike was my wide receivers coach in high school. So that's pretty cool getting to see that.
Could he do agility drills?
Yeah, Coach Ehlers was he's an athlete, man.
Okay. And then obviously we got Nick back. He's coming from and also our sponsor, right? Wondra became a platinum sponsor this week. We're excited. Riverside Resale.
Yeah.
Dude. And then obviously, we have our gold sponsors, and all that sort of stuff. Isaac, if you have any messages that I need to read, you let me know. Okay. It's also good to have Isaac.
I do.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Isaac's the man.
Yeah. Hey, what do you guys, in all seriousness, what have you thought about like the preseason stuff that I'm throwing out for, not only our school, but some local schools? Do you think it's BS?
No. I think it's great. It's fun to watch them.
Who is it? Who is it?
What's up, boys?
Speak of the devil.
Right, he was just talking about it.
Yeah. Oh, there's Kyle Doherty. Huh?
What did I do wrong this time?
Oh, nothing. Hey, Kyle, come here. Okay, you got to get in front of the camera over here. Okay, so you get the first trivia question of the night.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What year did I graduate?
1942.
No.
No,
They didn't have schools back then.
Kyle's doing
1986.
No. But thank you. I'm not quite that old, so you win absolutely not. Huh?
1990?
No. I'm gonna let Nick guess.
Oh.
Come on, Nick. Get over here. And speaking of the all-star cast, and we were just talking about you. That's the crazy part. So what year was I born? And my wife better not put it on, there. Okay.
Year you were born. Let's go 1977.
Oh my God. No. All right. So Nick and Kyle need to sign the helmet because they're here. They got some good look here. Do want to give a shout out to yesterday, Coach Smith, by the way. He was 2 minutes late. I did give him a hard time, in the hype video. So Brown County is Coach Little down there. It's pretty interesting going into Central Illinois, And you know, I had no idea that Illinois was kind of that skinny.
Yeah, I don't know much about Illinois. I mean, my grandfather played over in that area, and my mom graduated from VIT. That's where she's at. She's got her class reunion this weekend.
Is she talking football?
I'm sure she's talking football. She loves football. So, fun fact: my grandfather still holds the rushing record at his high school. So that's about all I know about Illinois football. I went to college over there, and that was a huge change when people talk about U of I. I'm like, oh yeah, go Hawks. No, they're talking about the Fighting Illini. But it is what it is.
Now, you know, it's you. By the way, your wife's watching, so you better say hi to her too.
My wife's the best.
Okay, that's perfect. I don't know whether your wife's watching or not.
She doesn't care about me enough.
Oh God. Okay. Now, in all seriousness, you know, we talk about your staff. You know, longevity though. You got you know, that Weichert guy.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it today in the weight room, Ben and I, and we've kept the nucleus of our staff together for several years. I mean, that's awesome. Weichert's been with us since the jump, and Patrick Lamb came back on board and stayed, and you just go through. We add phenomenal coaches. We obviously get Coach Fry, we get Coach Rooney, you know, and Travis Colin has been there the entire time. We had Coach Crooks back, you know.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, he's always following and sending feedback and different things. And you know, I'm really proud of our staff. And again, Cartwright, it's kind of cool because he played for me, and then he comes and coaches with us. And Abram's going to be a whiz. I mean, he is. That kid is a smart football guy. And Damon Settles, another one that played for me.
Cowboy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cowboy. I mean, just awesome football coaches, but most importantly, just great human beings.
And then you know, I was joking because I was going to ask him who would be the, you know, coach you want to fire, and you
Already did.
Yeah, it's me. Oh man, no. You just wait till those sideline visits. You know, when I'm in all seriousness, I'm kind of messing with you. But like you said, man, you know, I didn't have to pull you know, Coach Smith and all those dudes' arms very hard. You know what I mean, to get them. So let's start out. Let's talk about our returners, right? Let's talk about the quarterback position. I won't mention the young man's name. He was going to come tonight. He's not feeling well.
Yep.
But that kid's looked pretty impressive as well.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of touched on it. No position is 100% set right now. We've had 3 guys really competing all summer for that quarterback spot in Steph Burlett, Owen Huffman, and even Bray Hill as a freshman. And they've all shown glimpses of really good things. They've all shown things that they need to, you know, get a little bit better at. But over the course of the summer, you've seen each one of them take steps in getting better at those things, and also embracing some of the things that they struggled with previously. And so that's what's made it so difficult when it comes down to, like, you know, giving everybody equal reps right now. And it's great because you don't really get a drop off anywhere, and you're not having to reteach things. They're just kind of picking it up and running with it at every level. And, you know, the past couple of days we've been working, and Bray Hill has gone down and worked primarily with Coach Abram, and you know, he's going through, and so Coach Abram's learning how Bray Hill operates as well, you know, now. And so you're seeing a little bit more, you know, like you know, Coach says, you know, how cerebral this kid is. And you've just seen, you know, from coming on partway through the year last year, how much these guys have developed, not just physically going from sophomores to now juniors, but mentally. You know, I think people take for granted what football IQ really does for teams, and all of our guys have really kind of shown that they are high IQ football players this summer. Now they're just getting some of the skills and some of the development and all that kind of stuff behind it, and so their confidence level is just skyrocketing right now, and it's elevating their play every single day, which is awesome.
Coach Doherty, you know, you look at your whiteouts and you look at your tight ends, man. Yeah, I call them tight ends because those dudes are. I mean, I'm pretty dang excited to look at those two guys because they can block too, right? But I don't think you've been this deep at wide receivers, tight ends, you want to call whatever, in a long time.
Yeah, we've got a lot of skill guys, and they're all kind of mixing around. I mean, we were talking today about some guys could still move to certain positions. We had that happen yesterday. We took a running back and put him at tight end to give him a look, and whoa.
Who was the running back?
Zeke Rhodes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's interesting that you bring him up, because I saw that kid when he was getting varsity reps, in basketball, during basketball season, and I was like, I'd give him a hard time because I'd say, dude, you didn't look that fast in football when I had you, right? But that dude's coming.
Yeah. I mean, he's developed, and again, I think with a lot of our guys last year, it was pretty par for the course. We knew that we were going to be young, and not just young, but inexperienced. I mean, a lot of those sophomores that we had starting, they didn't get a lot of freshman level games. So, football is a rare sport where at most you're going to get 9 games in a developmental season, and just kind of how we are in our programs versus other programs trying to fit that schedule together. They didn't get a full 9-game schedule. So, they're still learning. And they're developing.
Yeah, and not just that. Football is one of those unique sports. There's a few of them, but outside of football season, there really isn't developmental playing time.
Yeah.
You can do individual lessons, you can do that kind of development, but the in-game experience only happens during your season. And that's one of those weird little nuances we have to deal with as football coaches. You have a very limited amount of time to try and get all the football knowledge that they need in, and then it ends, and you got to hope that it carries through to the next year, every single year.
Yeah, there's no travel leagues, there's no AAU this, I mean, it's a different thing for sure.
You have a couple of guys, when you look at that breed of player that are going to be on the kind of the doghouse watch, kind of that preseason watch, and I'll talk about him. Huffman. You want to talk about a kid that has probably as much football IQ as a known lamb, and that's saying something.
Yeah, he's very smart. I mean, we started off with our conversations about video games, and I bought a PlayStation only because those guys were talking trash, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's game. But he knows his football, man. He's really good at NCAA, and he knows what he wants to do. And sat down in the off season a couple times. He came in during lunch and wanted to watch film, and the things that he's pointing out, he kind of blows your mind.
Yeah, at times it feels like he's trying to run before he walks, when it's coming to install, but he's asking questions that you're going to get to eventually because he's processing it at such a high level. But that being said, like Steph Burlett and Bray are processing it just as fast as he is. And that's the crazy part. You have all these guys. I mean, we talked about Zeke. We kind of moved him out to tight end yesterday to give us a little bit more depth, so that way Max could have a break every once in a while when he was running some routes. And I start calling plays, and Zeke hasn't taken a single rep at tight end at all this summer. And I'm not having to explain responsibilities. He's just he gets it. And so you start seeing this from outside receivers and slot receivers, and even the linemen over the past 2 days. Like, they've been asking really good questions, and they were kind of shortchanged all summer. There's no lineman 7-on-7 groups, there's no lineman camps or anything like that.
Now, back when I was coaching and inviting you over, we had linemen 7-on-7s.
Yeah.
No, I'm
linemen 7-on-7s, flex bone, and yeah. But no, like, they're asking really good questions about slide protection and kick steps, and then you're moving defensive linemen around and asking them to process things really quickly, and they're just and then they process it, and then they answer both their question with their own answer, and so
it seems like a lot of times it's not that they have a question, they're just second guessing themselves because they answer their own questions.
Correct. And that's the beauty of it. Right now, we're not having to tell them what to do. They're figuring it out on their own with a little bit of help in just rephrasing the way that they're asking a question.
Yeah. So when we're talking about preseason doghouse, teams. Owen Huffman is kind of my utility player. He's a kid that you could probably play, all across. And my next kid that I'm talking about, he's very diversified as well, and it's Rollo.
Yeah, I've said it a lot of times. Like, that kid has no idea how good he could be. I mean, he's really good, and he works hard and stuff. But I'm talking about all athletics. He's got the it factor. He's a baller. When the lights come on, he gets better. That's what's awesome. But he's starting to really understand football. He was a kid that just relied on his athletic abilities, and it got him some really good plays and stuff in the past. But now he's really starting to understand how schematics work in football, offensively and defensively. And so, we're really anticipating him to have an even better season than he had last year. And that kid, the sky's the limit with him.
I'm just going to throw this out there, and I'll stay with the Cowboys because you're a Cowboy fan and stuff like that. And I don't want to tick off all the Packer fans that are around here, but
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Rollo kind of reminds me of a Deion Sanders type guy that could play both ways. He's going to get the punt, the punt and the kicks, and
Yeah.
He's kind of that factor.
Yeah, I mean, he's an athlete. I started for us in basketball. He was a really good soccer player. He ended up not playing. He ran track. I still firmly believe if he goes out for baseball, I told him this the other day, like, I think he's a starter right away. I mean, he's that athletic. He figures things out. It's an it factor.
Yeah, and I'll throw out there, he's right now, he's a preseason, like number one dude, that one of the most dangerous dudes on the planet. I'll throw that out there. Now let's talk about the dogs or the hogs, right? The guys up front, they want to get down and dirty. And I'll tell you kind of, Cal Hennings, Nolan, and all, I could almost go all the way across this year. Heitman kicking out while those big dudes are blocking down is, I don't know, man. But there's a lot of guys on that watch list.
Yeah, I mean, I've been lucky enough to be an honorary offensive line coach as of late, which it's crazy because I was a skill guy. I was one of those guys, I'm not going to lie, like, hey, you big dummies, block somebody. Man, the offensive line is such a beautiful thing. There's so much going on up there, and those guys are having to communicate really, really quick and make adjustments. But, I think you mentioned him, but a lot of times he doesn't get mentioned. Nolan Lamb, that kid is a general. He has been a staple on our offensive line. He's the guy that can tell you literally what everybody on the field is supposed to do. And that's why we love having him at center. He does a great job there. Cal's Cal.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. I mean, he's known now because he had a great season offensively and defensively. Marshall's in the mix at guard. We've got a couple other guys. I mean, Liam Pryor's moved to the offensive line.
Really?
Ren Watson has moved to the line.
So,
So
I'm trying not to get too excited here, right? But
yeah, I mean, Ren, we had a conversation with him about it. A guy like Ike Thatcher comes to mind. Ren's one of the fastest kids on the team. Obviously one of the strongest, one of the biggest eye candies that you can have. I mean, he's built like Tarzan, right? And we kind of talked to him today just about Ike's legacy. Ike wanted to be a receiver. We told him we needed him at line. The dude ends up becoming a two-way all-district player in a really tough district, and he has school records. And I'm not saying he wouldn't have, but it would have been a lot harder for him to have those accolades if he would have stayed at receiver. And he was a team first guy. He moves down, and we've had a lot of those guys. Actually, our best linemen have mostly been skill guys that we needed, and we moved down. Tanner settles, right? He goes down to the guard position and is a game changer. So Ren team first guy, and we love that about him. And we told him we're not giving up on the tight end and stuff yet, but we could really use you here. And he jumped in the last 2 days, and he looked really good. Really good.
Well, I don't call him Ren the Ram Watson for nothing, right?
I mean, wrestling wise, he comes in. He had a phenomenal wrestling season as a sophomore, most guys are having that in the lower weights. I mean, he's up there wrestling seniors nonstop, qualifies for state. I mean, the kid is legit.
Well, and you know, I put it in my preseason thing, but I think that kid, you know, arguably, you know, not only, you know, could they have an all conference, all state season, but Ren Watson could vie for, you know, the first state championship, and then also you'll have that nice little maybe suit that you wore when Steffensmeyer won his.
Yeah, it'd be fun to bust that back out. But one guy that I want to make sure we're mentioning when we're talking offensive line, because Coach and I were talking about him today, Keelan Ross. I mean, Keelan's kind of had some different thoughts on where he wants to go and play, and he was a goalie for the soccer team, so you know that the guy can catch a ball and get hands on the ball and things like that. But he kind of just committed to playing line, and man, going back to just being cerebral, he's putting it together phenomenally well. I mean, he was answering questions today for other guys. So really proud of Keelan and his progress. He's become committed to the weight room and the development stuff. And yeah, I mean, I think he's going to have a good season.
Yeah. And then you got guys like, you know, Cliff and Will Scanlon, who have just developed really well all off season. You know, you don't have to be the biggest guy in the world to play offensive line. You just got to be tough, and you got to understand where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, and the leverage of it. And they're doing a really, really good job. And then just to kind of piggyback on you know, the Ren conversation and being a team first mentality, right? We talked about Rolo, and we talked about, you know, Huffman and some of the quarterbacks, but that receiver group that you're talking about all the depth with, you got a bunch of guys that are team first there.
Yeah.
Because they've all been competing for realistically 3 or 4 slots.
Yep.
And nobody's out there, you know, ticked when somebody else is taking, like they've found their own rotation. They're making sure everybody's getting in there. So you got guys like Henry Ireland and Jonah and
Connor Horn.
And Connor Horn, that's been phenomenal. JT has been phenomenal. Jaden Fedler, an upcoming freshman, has been phenomenal.
He's
like
impressive.
you got all these guys that are just in there every single day making each other better, and not a single guy getting upset when somebody else does something good. They're just cheering each other on and then getting after it the next rep to try and get that next guy back.
Absolutely.
And so it's been really nice. Like Connor was probably the first guy. Connor Horn and Max Jones were the first 2 guys that knew the playbook forward and backwards. And they've just kind of, you know, not looked back since they started. And everybody else is kind of met their energy. So
well, yeah. I got to throw out there, you know, at tight end or wherever you want him, right? And by the way, happy birthday, Max.
yeah, happy birthday,
Max.
You know, he's going to be maxed out this year. Get it?
Yeah.
He's going to max it out.
Yeah, I mean, he was a huge addition to the program, and you know, we've known Max for a long time. I mean, he's lived in Fort Madison the entire time. As a youth, he came to a couple of our camps. He's been friends with our guys, and he's joined us for workouts in the past. Even when he was playing for Central Lee, he would message me and say, "Hey, Coach, can I come and catch some passes?" Yeah, absolutely, man.
I brought him over as a 7th grader.
Yeah, I remember that. And so, like, you know, actually at one point he was my neighbor. So he's a little neighborhood kid, and huge shot of juice to the program right away. He fit in from day one. And, you know, he's a culture guy. He loves our culture. And we got that at 7-on-7. I mean, when things got a little bit testy, Max was the first one defending his guys, you know, and I text the coaches and I'm like, this dude's all in on us, man. He's the real deal.
All right. So I'm also going, you know, I'm not going to leave out running backs, Moses. So just listen, buddy. Moses Thatcher.
He's sitting there waiting.
Yeah, probably. But Moses Thatcher is my guy to watch, my guy to go off. You know, the it factor. You want to talk about a kid that he's a special kid because every time he touches the ball, he could go. And you're going to have arguably your best offensive line in a long time.
Yeah. Mo is the kind of guy that you dream about in the backfield, not just because he's got all the tools, because he's not the prototypical build for a running back. He's a little bit, you know, thicker, but
he runs weird, but he's fast.
He's going to hit the hole. He's going to hit it hard. He has good enough vision to, you know, bounce or bend his path when he needs to. He can catch the ball out of the backfield and do all that kind of stuff too. And so he'll be really good back for 95 to 100% of the snaps per game. But then we got other guys like Riker Peters, who's developed this year, who Riker's kind of like
looks like a freak.
He's a spark plug. Like
Yes.
he'll be in there spelling Mo, and Mo might not get all the really big breakaway touchdowns, but Riker could very easily be the guy that makes a guy miss and is gone just because he's so quick and shifty, and his vision is developing incredibly this offseason. So
yeah, it's nice having that two-headed monster. You know, we kind of had that last year. Eric Cornelis, you know, when we put him in, you know, Moses had a cramp, or he seemed to do that sometimes, or needed a blow or whatever, and Eric goes in and Eric runs the ball really damn well. We're happy to have Riker there. I mean, Riker's pushing for that starting position too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically, we would be fine 50-50 snaps with that.
Yeah.
Now, they know that. They're competing hard for the job, and it's like Coach was saying, it's been a positive competition. It hasn't been, you know, like a bunch of nitpicking and bitching at each other and things like that. These guys, like, they love each other.
And everybody came in with the mindset, I've got to earn this position. It's not mine.
Yep.
So nobody came in complacent.
Yeah.
And that's been awesome. And like the other perk about Riker, and Mo can do this too, but when you go empty, Riker out there is just another little receiver in the pass game. Mo's similar. He might not be as crisp in his routes, but Riker can get himself open when he needs to as well. So
I don't know how you run empty when you're trying to run flex bone though.
yeah, you know, that's why you called me a mastermind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so you know we're about halfway done, which is crazy because I had a lot of other funny things. Can you tell me what year I was born?
Kyle said 87. Oh, born?
Yes.
Oh,
1776.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, when was George Washington?
Oh my God! 1787 is when he was
history guy.
Hey,
right.
Look at him.
So Coach, since you're going to give me a hat, I'm going to give you a Georgia Bulldog hat.
Rolo was telling me that Georgia called him today. So.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No.
Okay. All right.
While wearing his
Everybody's
Wisconsin
calling
shirt.
Rolo. Just ask him. Yeah.
No, let's
Bulldogs.
yeah, let's switch
got a
up.
thumb down over there.
I'm an Ohio State guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Go Bucks.
Speaking of that, I do have, one question. What do you think of University of Iowa this year?
I'm a diehard. It's going to be impossible for me not to be optimistic.
Think they
and
make it?
excited. Yeah, I mean, I think that they'll compete really well, just like they always do.
Always.
They're so fundamentally sound in what they do that they could have a below average team and still probably be a 7-8 win team. I mean, at the end of the day,
I think they're winning 10.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm really excited about those pieces that they brought in through the transfer portal. I'm really excited about the development of some of those guys that they've had in the program. I mean, you talk about a Southeast Iowa kid like Cam Buffington, developing a linebacker out from Winfield he's gonna be a dude by the time he's done there.
Absolutely.
And you've seen it in his growth over the past couple of years. And so
he had an interception last year.
Yep. And the DJ Vanami, right? Like preparing for him when I was the head coach of Sadell playing against Kemper, like that sucked.
Yeah.
But the kid's just a difference maker. And, you see all these guys developing every single year in and year out. And you might have the, the haters, but I'm never going to be one of them. I absolutely love what they do up there. I love Tim Lester's twist on Iowa offense. And I love Ferentz and everything that they do up there. So
I think offensively they were fun to watch last year. Lester was
defensively,
doing
they're
his
incredible
thing.
too. I mean,
Yeah, defense is always going to be
Yeah.
incredible. And specials are going to be super solid,
Yep.
but it was kind of fun to watch Lester get a long leash,
Yeah.
if you will.
If Huffman's over there complaining about Iowa, he probably lost points in my book. So.
No, he's a big time Iowa fan,
Huge.
but he says don't get me started on Iowa. No, I like him. I'm going to go visit a quarterback here in 2 weeks that's probably going to commit to the University of Iowa here pretty quick. All right, let's talk defense, man.
I was
Since-
wondering where we were going to get to,
I
you
mean,
know,
it's the offense
now that I'm a
show.
defensive
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, I've got a few more years on you on defense, but that's okay. You know, I think he was going to say I was going to be born in the 60s. I was born in 1972.
72. I was,
72.
yeah.
72.
I was going to say 71 at first, and I was trying to do the math.
Smith.
I'm a PE teacher. Math ain't my thing.
Smith is 1971. So
Gotcha.
yeah. Just a few years older. All right. So when I look at defense, man, let's start in the secondary first because that's your baby, right?
Yeah, I mean, Travis Colin is the man at secondary. He's our defensive coordinator. Played corner at Co, so that's his baby. But you know, I coached for 10 years, so I'm just trying to be useful. Like I said, got a bunch of guys on the offense now, and I've been going over and helping defense. I was calling it during the 7-on-7s just because Travis couldn't be there, and our secondary, you know, a lot of the same guys from last year that they developed throughout the year. You know, just because you're a year older doesn't mean that you're a year better. These guys have done what it takes, and you know, you got Juice guy, Jaden Creighton there. That kid is he could be a freak. He could be a freak. Now, he was young last year starting as a freshman, and he got his hand caught in the cookie jar a couple times. But as a DB, you kind of got to gamble sometimes, you know, and he made some really nice plays too, gambling. So you got to kind of give and take there. But he's understanding things a lot more. And, you know, he loves it when the ball's thrown to him now. At 7-on-7, he was trying to switch sides a couple of times because he's like, man, they're not throwing this way. Well, as a DB, take that as a compliment, right? Take that as a compliment. And, you know, Jonah is going to be back in the secondary. Rolo is going to be back in the secondary. You know, so it's going to be, and Riker's been playing in the secondary. Got a couple other guys in that mix. Again, got a little bit of depth there. That's exciting. Coach Colin's done a great job of getting those guys. And, you know, we ran one coverage the entire time. They ran it really, really well. And, you know, we were, if you're an offensive guy in a 7-on-7 and they're lining up the same way every time and you can't figure it out, then so we got picked on a few things, and we were telling our guys, don't worry, we're going to have some adjustments. We're going to have some different coverages for sure. And Coach Colin's already been putting those in with the guys, and they really, really well. But they laid the base down.
Well, I'm telling you, if I'm playing 7-on-7 against you, I'm going to run the ball the first time. You know, it's going to be QB sneak.
I think that's what everybody's game could be.
All right, so we'll you know, you got a lot of dudes there too, you know. So I think for the first time in a long time, I mean, you wouldn't even necessarily, you could platoon.
Yeah, I mean, we've had those conversations, you know, with Michael up at Iowa City West, and him and I talk a lot. And
Coach Kaz, he was a quarterback on my freshman team.
yeah,
years
Coach
ago.
Kaz is the man, and you know, they're 2 platooning this year, and you know, they've just kind of sold themselves on it, and this is what we're going to do. And you know, we're getting closer. Our numbers are still climbing, but we just don't quite have that depth yet, you know. And 3A Southeast Iowa football, you're going to have guys that have to go both ways, and that's okay, you know. And as long as we've got guys right behind them that know their responsibilities, and we don't drop off of a cliff, which we feel pretty comfortable with right now, you know, that's okay.
Well, you could play with 13 players. I did that in a JV game. I remember on a Monday night. I think 3 plays and didn't get a flag.
No.
All right, I'm just messing with you. You know,
You ain't cheap.
and you know what? I was blitzing everybody. I didn't even care. All right, so
I would.
linebackers. From what I can see, you're as deep there as you know. Like last year, we were thin, but it looks like this year we got a ton of dudes.
Yeah, fairly have some fairly good depth there. Obviously, returning guys. Nolan are down on the defensive line. Here, he's got a nose for the football.
He's a hammer.
He is.
You know,
He doesn't. You know, I mean, not taking anything away from him. Love the guy. The eye test is deceiving with him because he is quick. He changes direction really well. He finds seams. He fits really well. He loves to tackle. I see, boys.
See it.
So having him in there is going to be awesome. Zeke's right in that mix at linebacker. And then we moved Liam. You know, Liam was playing some outside linebacker.
He's a dude.
If you've ever wrestled him, you know that he's a downhill guy and he likes to get physical. And you know what? Inside linebacker is a great spot for him. And so he's been in the mix. We can still bump him out and play outside linebacker, but Max coming over, he's been playing outside linebacker, and then obviously returning Ren. And then we've got other guys that you know, we feel like could play in that mix that are going to be serviceable.
Yeah, I look at that and I'm like, you know, I slobber a little bit, you know, thinking about, you know, what you had there.
Slobber normally.
Oh, shut up. All right, let's talk D-line.
Yeah, and D-line, first of all, shout out to our coach, Coach Shellick, D-line coach.
He's watching, by the way, right now.
What's up, Coach? You know, he's doing a great job, and man, he gets done with baseball and he comes right over to football. I mean, he's a coach through and through, and the guys love him, and he's got an awesome personality. Anybody that knows TJ knows that. He's a defensive line guy for sure. He fits that.
You would swear that he was from Centerville the way his accent is. You know.
Well, I got a text Monday night and I showed him, but Coach Schiffman texted me and was like, "What in the hell is that guy wearing?" He had boots on and shorts on, and I said, "Hey man, it's how we do it in Southeast Iowa." But you know, Coach Shellick's doing a great job with those guys, and again, you know, with the 3 front, we've got some 4 front, we've got some 5 front stuff, obviously, but we base out of the 3. You know, with an offensive line and some of the bigs that we've got depth there as well. So, because you're only playing 3 guys down.
Yeah.
So, but Cal's doing a great job. Cliff is he is physical, gnarly, and tough. I mean,
he's mean.
He's got that wrestling mentality.
Dirty,
and you know, had a great wrestling season, and he just does a fantastic job there. You know, Rayner's a guy that we haven't seen, and we're hoping we get him back. He was a game changer last year. You know, we started putting him in, and he's really quick. He's really strong. He's a good football player. But you know, he's busy during the summers with rodeos and farm and stuff like that. So haven't seen him. Hopefully getting him back, but he's right in that mix. Scanlon played really well last year when we put him in, and I know he didn't probably dub himself a defensive guy, but watching him on film, you know, all off season and just kind of breaking things down. Will Scanlon plays a nice defensive end.
He's a space eater. I mean, you don't have to make every single play on the defensive line. That's a beautiful thing. As long as your gap's down and taking care of your responsibility, you're freeing up somebody else to clean it up. So yeah.
And you know, let's throw in specialty teams because you know that's extremely important. Being as deep as you are, I can, you know, and you know, stars in my eyes the other night when you were talking about special teams, you know, when I was there, and I got to give a hoorah speech, and sorry wife, but I did get pretty animated, and that's probably why I'm not, you know what I'm saying, it's probably not smart, but dude, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm so proud of the staff that we've put together and the men on our staff, and we're lucky. We got 2 guys that are special teams focused. So Ross is back with us, and you know, he played specials in college and is a football dude.
He is kind of special. No, I'm messing, Ross.
No, he is special in a positive way. Very, very awesome dude. So Ross Vance is back with us as our special teams coordinator. We had Kevin Wellman in to work with the kickers, and Kevin's just, again, another coach, right? Like, he wants to be used. So I guarantee you, Ross can coach him up on the game of football, right?
Yeah.
And he will be in the mix working with those guys. But yeah, awesome group. We got guys that realize special teams are important and they like it. Obviously that soccer connection has been huge for us in the past with Kevin pushing his guys to play football, and we really appreciate that. One of them being his son, who holds all kinds of records at the school. Another one being Henry Graham, who was huge for us.
Oh man.
I mean, kickers are weapons. You know, we take special teams very, very serious. We always have. And, you know, in the past, special teams have won us some games.
Yep. So I you know, we're kind of nearing the end here, but you know, who's a, you know, a player that may not be in the limelight yet that you see, or someone that's coming?
That's a really good. I could name 4 or 5 right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we talked about Bray Hill already. He's gonna be a stud. But then you got guys, that maybe have a year of JV freshmen under their belt, or they're coming in as freshmen. Guys like Caden Byerly, who's really developed really nicely and come in and kind of been a Swiss Army knife all summer. You got guys like Jaden Fedler, who's coming in as a freshman that's competed right away with some of the varsity guys and actually just embraced it and gotten after it. And yeah, he might be, out physicaled every once in a while by a senior, but that's to be expected as a freshman. And then, you got Tino Maestro, yep, who's come in and he
doesn't look like a freshman guy.
Yeah, he's just ready to go, And then there's quite a few on the line for that freshman group. I'm still learning all the kids' names, so I won't say that I know 100%. I can't name all of them, but I've been impressed with each of them coming in, because when we are going 2 groups, we're putting some of those freshmen in with some of those, seniors or juniors or whoever's out there, and they're not missing a beat. They're just kind of embracing it and going, and it's been really good.
Well, as you said, and I thought it came to my mind. So we've got an awesome group of freshmen that have been committed to the weights program since they were in 6th, 7th grade, and Gunnar Perry's a dude that just like comes first to mind, because that kid does not miss the weight room. He's always doing everything that he can to be better. But he was in the picture. You got the Weisinger boys in there, who are phenomenal kids.
Can you tell them apart yet?
I cannot, man. Okay. I struggle. And I told their dad that. Their dad, Drew, is a teammate of mine, and we're really good buddies, and I love him. And he was a guy that played offensive line. So the Weisingers, they're kind of taller and thin, and they're kind of in between positions a little bit. But Drew was that way, and Drew was a good lineman. So they're kind of embracing that role. And I gave them the choice. Hey, man, you're freshmen. You can choose to go somewhere else if you had any like fantasies of trying a different position. And they were like, no, we like the line. But you got to love guys that like the line. But those 2 were in the picture. Impressed me in the weight room. And actually right now on our thing that we're going to put out, he's number 2. We'll find out when we finish up our testing period, but he's number 2 in overall development is Oliver Gracie.
Yeah.
And one day after weights, I heard some noise. I was in there trying to get my lift in. I heard some things, and I went out there. Him and Tino were out there, and they were just running drills by themselves. Not because people were watching, not because they were the only 2 out there, and they were working, man. And that, as a coach, that freaking excites you. They didn't know that I was going to come out and see them, or I don't even think they knew I was in there. They were just out there getting work. And Oliver Gracie has come a long ways. I love that kid.
I do want to throw out that he's got a little bit of Hollywood in him, in the picture that I got of Oliver. So I do want to take a quick moment to give thanks to our 2 platinum sponsors. Riverside Resale. You can check them out downtown Fort Madison, and just down the road is Wondra Chiropractic. I'm looking for 3 more platinum sponsors, and that will basically be able to push us, through this season and a little bit into wrestling. So if you're looking to be a sponsor, be sure to reach out and stuff like that. But what are you most excited for? To get ready to go. I mean, obviously you have dead week. So you guys are down a little bit. I mean, you're going to go play golf up in the mountains for crying out loud.
My dad is watching. So yeah, excited to go out there and visit over dead week. But
here comes a train. We're going to have to get close.
Yeah. As much as dead week kind of sucks, because you can't do anything football
but
related.
It's good for the family, right?
Absolutely.
It's good for the family. But at the end of the day, it's even more than that. It's so good to just recharge your battery right before camp starts, because then you go into camp and you're so excited. Today, weather wise, was phenomenal. Next week's going to get back to
you're going to have to
again.
get closer. Sorry, buddy.
Next week's going to get hot again, all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, that little bit of battery recharge you get right before camp starts is essential for just your sanity, your body recovery, all that stuff. So when we get back, everybody's going to be juiced up, ready to go, excited about football practice, football camp, all those kind of things. So,
Do you have anything to add?
No, I mean he said it. I'm just excited, and like told our guys, obviously, just back after it. And, that's the competitor in me. That's the competitor in our guys. I mean, they want to get back out there and get after it and try to right this ship. And we know we've got a tough mountain to climb. We're still fighting through some things, but our kids are going to fight. And I'm just excited to take the field with a really great group of kids and a really great group of coaches.
And you got a pretty good manager.
Oh, the best. I mean, honestly, the best. I told him I will write any college coach and say, if you don't have this guy on your staff, you're crazy. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I will do anything I can for this kid to get him in a place that he wants to be.
As far as a player, college coaches, and we have a lot of college coaches that watch our stuff. So Liam Pryor is a kid that his freshman year, I would have told you no way. But, seeing this kid just embrace a Coach Doherty culture and weight room, he's probably your strongest dude out there.
He's proof, and like, again, a lot of the people probably don't remember Liam as an eighth grader coming in, and he laughs about it all the time. Like, he is proof of what happens when you stick to the process and you follow the program. And if you're an athlete, why would you not want to look like Liam Pryor? I mean, the kid is chiseled from granite, and again, he is proof. And we've got other kids. Our numbers are great in the weight room. Now we've got to get them to transfer onto the field and onto the mat and the courts and things like that. But these guys have paid their dues, and we're excited to go out there and let them rip and fight for what they want.
All right. So tomorrow night, if you're following our doghouse, tour, which a lot of people are, and we appreciate you, Brown County, we're great stewards. We appreciate you guys and Coach Little. Tomorrow night, we get to go visit one of your buddies. And this dude, Coy Doherty, the West Hancock Titans, man.
Coy the GOAT.
Yep. That's what everyone says. Coy, make sure that you have a hat ready for me. I'm pretty interested in having one of your hats, and
I'd take a t-shirt.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm excited to bring DogPoundU, Doghouse, not only to our kids, but it's for the kids to get exposure. And like I told our kids the other night, I said that the more people that are on our page, the more exposure you get.
Well, just to give you credit here, man, in our area, it's slept on a lot. We've got a lot of great athletes, a lot of great coaches, and glad that somebody is putting light on our area. And so thank you for doing that.
Yeah, 100%. Patrick Lamb, I didn't say anything stupid tonight. We're out of here. All right, Isaac.
Roll Hounds.